Welcome to today's Ukraine war update for July 29, 2026. Barely a day after President Zelensky shook hands with President Trump in Washington, Ukraine made its point on the ground by burning Russia's oil. Overnight, its long-range drones struck two of Russia's biggest refineries at once. In Ryazan, southeast of Moscow, the Rosneft plant, one of the country's largest, processing some 17 million tons of crude a year, was set alight, along with a huge Wildberries logistics hub in the same city, which you can see here going up in a wall of black smoke. And more than 1,500 kilometers to the east, in Perm, the Lukoil refinery was hit too. Out in occupied Crimea, Ukraine's forces struck fast boats belonging to Russia's Black Sea Fleet. 6 people were taken to hospital in Ryazan. 1 woman was killed in Taganrog. It all lands on a Russian oil industry already in trouble. By Bloomberg's count, the country's refining has fallen to its lowest level in 21 years. Zelensky put it bluntly. Russia, he said, must feel that every day of this war will only come at a higher cost. And the other half of that squeeze is now moving in Washington. The day after Zelensky met Trump and made his case directly to senators, the United States Senate voted 86-12 to advance a sweeping new sanctions bill, renamed, this week, the Lindsey Graham Sanctioning Russia Act, after the senator whose funeral brought Zelensky to the Capitol. It would let the president impose tariffs of up to 200% on countries that keep buying Russian oil and gas, and pile fresh sanctions on Russian banks, officials, and the shadow fleet. It is not law yet. It still needs a final vote in the House after the August recess. But an 86-12 margin is a signal. The appetite in Washington to choke off the money behind this war is real and growing. At home, though, the knot Zelensky tied 2 weeks ago is still not undone. Ukraine goes into all of this, the strikes, the diplomacy, with no confirmed defense minister. Mikhail Fedorov, the popular minister he dismissed, is still refusing every job but his old one, and Zelensky has not backed down and reappointed him. Around 70% of Ukrainians say the sacking was wrong. The ministry runs, for now, on an acting chief, and Parliament will not even sit again until the middle of August. Russia's own night against Ukraine was, by contrast, a light one. 80 drones, of which air defenses brought down 65. But the war still took its toll. A man was killed in Kherson, and 5 people, including a child, were wounded in the Dnipro region. And Russia's losses ground on 1,310 more soldiers in a day, its total now above 1,443,000. On the front line itself, little changed. 226 clashes, with Pokrovsk once again the hottest sector, where 29 Russian assaults were thrown back. No ground was given. For all that moved in Washington and Ryazan today, the line in the east stayed exactly where it was. That wraps up today's update. If you found this useful, press the like button and subscribe in order to support this channel. Stay informed, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.